Hey Stoners, welcome to Sticks-n-Stonez. I'm your host Brent Elrod, coming to you from the cozy confines of the patio at the No Shoes Bar and Grill here deep in the heart of the Republic of Texas. First, I've got a public service announcement. I'm going to be paring back my videos on YouTube. I'm going to continue to post all my content on my other social media channels. YouTube is just getting a little too hard to deal with where it comes to censorship and free speech, and I want to make sure that I can get you content that looks great, is educational, and provides you with the best quality experience. And I just feel like I can do that on other platforms better than I can on YouTube. The content that's there will stay there, but I will only be intermittently using YouTube to upload new content. Nothing will really change for you. I'll still post all my videos and share everything the way I normally do. Just when you click on it, you'll go to one of the other sites as opposed to YouTube's site. Other than that, everything's going to remain the same. So, now, on with the show. I think I'm going to have a wonderful pairing for you tonight. It's probably going to make you scratch your head a little bit because it's a little bit outside the box compared to what I've been bringing you, but I've worked really hard on it, and I think it's going to be a great pairing. I am bringing you today my all-time favorite cigar. I know I say the word favorite a lot, but this is it. This is the one. This is the pinnacle on my list. It is the Java Red Label. It's manufactured by Drew Estate in collaboration with Rocky Patel, and you know those are two companies that I definitely feel very highly about, and we have already covered several of their offerings on other shows, and I am pairing that today with something that is definitely out of the norm, and that is a Warre Otima 20-year port wine. I know. You're like, what is he doing? I know. But I think you're going to like it. If you'll just give me a chance, trust me, I know you're going to love it. Now, the Red Label is the latest addition to the Java line. It was already made up of the latte, the Maduro, and the mint. And this entire Java line has been a collaboration, as I said, between Rocky Patel and Drew Estates, and it has definitely been a hit. Even people that normally aren't into flavored cigars have tried these and really liked them. The niche is these are coffee infused. Now, with Drew Estate, you're getting more than just coffee infused. If you remember from the Cuba Cuba a few weeks back, they do use other botanicals, herbs, spices, etc., but they definitely have their mix masters working overtime on the Java line because they are wonderful. The Red Label was the latest in the line. It came out in 2017. It's about $11 a stick, depending on your size. The filler and binder are Nicaraguan. The wrapper is a beautiful dark Maduro. Now, visually, this cigar it's got kind of a flat finish. There's a little bit of an oil sheen, but not much. It's very silky, minimal veining, tight seams, and it almost has the feel and maybe even the look a little of an expensive piece of chocolate that has been dusted with cocoa powder. It is just a beauty to look at even before you try it. Now, this particular Red Label is a Toro. It's a 6x50 on the ring gauge. It is soft yet firm to the touch. It's the indication of a good quality cigar that's ready to smoke. The nose, I'm getting almost nothing but an indulgent aroma of coffee, cocoa, and cherries. A little bit of leather, a little bit of cedar, just to let you know it's a cigar and don't try to eat it. But that is one of the most wonderful aromas on a cigar that I have ever had near my nose. It's delicious to the smell. Now, Warre's is a pioneer in the port wine business. They were founded in the Douro Valley of Portugal in 1670. They just recently celebrated their 350th year in operation. So they have been around a long time, and they know how to make port. Quite honestly, I feel a little highbrow doing this pairing, so I kind of think maybe I need to keep sticking my pinky up while I'm holding this. Now there are two types of port. There is a ruby port, and then there is a tawny port. Ruby port is known to be very deep ruby red and hold on to the flavors of like blackberries and plums and fruits of that vine. Tawny port, tawny, the word actually means, if you look it up in the dictionary, orangish brown. And this particular port is a tawny port. This is the Otima 20 year. And you might not be able to tell, but it has a very deep copper color, which is indicative of tawny ports. The tawny ports tend to have a little bit more of maybe nutty flavors, salts, but they are still very heavily fruity. Port in and of itself is a sweeter dessert wine, and that's why I paired it with this particular cigar. Now, rubies and tawnies are basically the exact same wine. They are made from the same grapes, made in the same way. However, what differs is how they're aged. Ruby ports are aged in smaller casks, which doesn't allow as much oxygenation, that's a big word, as the tawnies. Tawnies are aged in very large casks, and that allows for a much greater oxygenation, and that pulls in the flavors from the wood, which is what gives it more of the lighter color as compared to the deep red of the ruby. Now, the Otima 20 was given a 91 rating by Wine Spectator, and it is supposed to be not only budget friendly at about $37 a bottle, but also delicious. This is going to be my first time trying it, so I'm hoping it's going to be a winner. As we discussed earlier, the Java Red Label is awash with cherries and chocolate and coffee on the nose. So we're going to give it a cut and a couple of cold draws and see what the cold draw gives us. Okay, I'm going to think about this a minute. Got to put my hat on a little tighter. I'm getting the chocolate-covered cherries, but I'm also getting what I can best describe as get a Ghirardelli's hot chocolate and mix it about 50-50 with the best-tasting coffee you can find. And I used to own a coffee house, but I'm not a coffee fanatic. I can tell you the differences. People that know me know I know my coffee. And this is some good coffee. Now, I am not a wine expert. I like ice wine. People that know me know I talk about ice wine a lot. I've had port a few times and I like it. But I'm not the most astute person at getting bottles open. I think I can open this one without a corkscrew. We're going to see. Yes, we can. I'm glad I got that on camera. Wow, that is just a beautiful, beautiful color. Try to hold that up to the light. It's got a beautiful, best I could describe it is a dark copper brown with just a slight hint of red. And as you swirl it in the glass, it just clings to the side. And I can already smell it from arm's length away. Wow. I'm getting, the first thing that hit me was fig. Maybe some dried oranges, a little spice. But a lot of fig. We're going to try. That has a plush, buttery kind of essence to it. And I'm catching something at the end I can't quite put my finger on. I'll keep thinking about it. We'll try some more. Okay. It's not a taste. It's an actual aroma in my nose as I'm swallowing that reminds me of the kind of the coffee-related candles from like Bath and Body Works. You're getting that in your nasal passages as you're drinking. This is strange, but delicious. Yeah, that is very good. I will tell you, I did put this in the refrigerator and let it chill for a while before I brought it out. I just didn't serve it off at room temperature. But we're not here just to talk about wine. We're here to talk about cigars too. So we're going to fire this one up and see how they go together. Getting loads of chocolate covered cherries on the first couple of puffs. You may be able to see the amount of smoke, the volume of smoke that's coming out of my mouth. Man, it's one of the smokiest cigars. It'll put out the most volume of smoke of just about any. I had a Drew Estate the other night at the that Nica Rustica at the Enfuego McKinney Drew Estate event, and that was also a cigar that put out a massive volume of smoke. I'm going to have to do a pairing on that one at some point. I'm getting sweet fruit, a slight burst of spice, not much, just enough to let you know it's there. And a little bit of sweetness on the lips. A lot of sweetness on the lips. Got a little curl up on the cap. You know how I am about caps. That's going to bother me. Wow. Let me try that again. One more time. Okay. It's like a fruit explosion in your mouth. I'm getting chocolate-covered cherries from the cigar. I'm getting oranges, and figs, and sweet fruit from the port, and it's almost like your senses can't take it all in. There's so much going on at one time. This is a very good pairing, and I'm not even a half inch into the stick yet. I'm going to go ahead and burn on this one a little bit, and I will be back and let you know my thoughts after about the first third. I had to fill my glass back up. I'll be back with y'all in a minute. Hey Stoners, I'm back. Give you a little update. I'm somewhere between a third and a half of the way through this one. The Java Red, while the cherries and the chocolate have kind of peeled back a little bit, become more subtle and mellow, they're still very much there. But I believe that the cigar has brought out some almonds and maybe a little salt in the port. There is definitely a lot of melding of complex flavors in this pairing. This is a delicious one. I'll come back in a little bit and give you my final thoughts. Hey Stoners, I'm back. I was hoping for a hit, and this pairing did not disappoint. Remember that this is not an everyday kind of pairing. This is a special occasion kind of pairing. This is you're having a dinner party and there's going to be 5 or 6 couples, and you want the guys to sit out on the patio and smoke a cigar and have a drink. Not everybody is into 80 and 86 proof whiskey. This gives you some other offering. And if you're having a dinner party with chocolate cake or cheesecake or something like that for dessert, this and this are definitely wonderful to go with those when you and the fellas go out back and let the ladies do their talking. Overall, this is an excellent pairing. The stick, it is my favorite cigar. So it's hard to say that it's not a 5.0. But the part of the cap came off. So 4.99. As I've said, I'm not a wine guy. So it's hard for me to say that this is a 5.0 perfect wine because I really don't have a breadth of knowledge to draw from. But I would say a 4.75 because this is just personal taste and it is delicious. Next week, I'll have another great pairing for you. I hope you hit like, hit subscribe, hit share, hit the notification button. Let your friends know about it. Spread me around so that I can continue to expand my footprint. I am very much enjoying spending time with you, bringing my love of cigars and fine alcohol to all my friends. But until then, keep your sticks dry and your stones cold. Have a great day.